Slumped in his chair, can you see the book? Okay. Slumped in his chair, David sat in his class. He stared at the clock as he watched the time pass. At home in his daydreams, feeling at ease, slipping a drink in the shade of the trees. And that's David. But the classes crawled on, they dragged by so slow. He thought to himself, I just want to go. Yes, I want to go home because it's been a long day. I've been working all morning and it's time to go play. To climb up my treehouse and feel the fresh air, or plop myself down in a comfortable chair. At long last, the school bell finally rang. It's time to go home, the teacher's voice sang. And something hit David like never before. He froze as his friends ran right through the door. Where should I go when it's time to go home, when everyone's calling goodbye and shalom? I know of a homeland that's so far away, my parents and teachers remind me each day. Of course, I have got a room with a bed, a kitchen, a bathroom, a rooftop that's red, a door and a knocker, a bell on the side, a garden with flowers and even a slide. Dining room, living room, also a den. My favorite, the playroom for playing with Ben. But something is missing as I look all around. The house should be built on a holier ground. Do you guys see the people's house, the kid's house, David's house? Okay. Apartment or mansion, cottage or tent, made out of straw or wood or cement. A dorm or a villa or a houseboat at sea. There's only one place that my home's meant to be. Igloos and teepees, they just wouldn't do unless they're in Israel, because I'm a Jew. I know it for certain, I finally see I don't belong here. That's clear to me. Do you hear, Moshe?
Yeah, we hear you great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. On his way home, David thought it all through, determined, excited. He knew what to do. He felt it so strongly, his mind was now sure. He skipped up the steps and burst through the door. We learned it in school, Mom. You taught me this too. Israel is ours. It belongs to each Jew. Hashem promised Abraham long, long ago, this land is our land. That's where we should go. Abraham looked up to count all the stars, and that's how I know that this land is ours. Because I am a star, Dad and you are one too. We all come from Abraham, and I know what to do. Come back to the place where we really belong. Come back to our home. We've been gone for too long. At the second sound of his words, David's parents now beamed. They've been waiting for just this fine moment, it seemed, to return to the home for which they've been yearning. Their hearts began thumping, their minds began turning. They blinked at each other and looked towards their son. We think that the time has finally come. We don't want to wander, we don't want to roam. We finally realize it's time to go home. They flew off to check the land that they love, to find the right town that would fit like a glove. They checked out each city, Moshav and Shchuna, and started to plan for the Shana Haba'ah. They lovingly looked at the lay of the land, from the kotel to Stiebels to the sea and the sand, McCullough and bus stops and David's new school, a shuck, and the parks and the neighborhood pool. They tasted falafel, barekas, and spice, schmoozed with the neighbors who all seemed very nice. They parted excited, they knew they'd be back. But before they'd return, they'd first have to pack. Clothing and dishes and dining room table, they wrapped them all up, each box got a label. Oven and couches, their favorite green chair. Don't leave the games, we'll be needing them there. Their boxes and duffels all covered the floor. After packing for days, they'd head out the door. Goodbye to the kitchen, my bedroom and den. Goodbye to the playroom. Can you see? Yeah. Goodbye to the playroom for playing with Ben. Goodbye to the garden, the flowers and slide. Goodbye to the treehouse and the places I would hide. He waved to the library grocery store. He looked at them all as he stood by the door. I miss you for certain, but it's time now to leave. I need to stand up for what I believe. The neighbors then gathered, and what do you know? Each of them had their own suitcase in tow. Wait for us, David, we're coming along. We're leaving this town. Goodbye and so long. We're moving to Israel. We're on our way too. We've gathered our things and we're coming with you. David's delight, we knew you were right. We all have our tickets. We'll all be on your flight. Sounds Tuvia the tailor and Yossi the scribe, Chaim the Khatan and Kayla the bride, Donnie the doctor and Chevy the chef, Debbie the dentist and Ronnie the ref. That's where we belong. That's where we will stay. Israel's our home and we're coming today. Okay, and then they're showing all the places. This is Eretz Yisrael and all the places that Jews come from all over the world to go visit and live in Israel. Okay. Mexico, Muncie, Morocco, or Maine, South Africa, Switzerland, Sweden, or Spain, Lakewood or London, Brooklyn, Brazil, downtown or midtown, or up on the hill. And what is that? An airplane? A matos? Wherever you're living, I'm sure it's nice, but allow us to give you a piece of advice. Although we are scattered across every sea, this isn't the way that Hashem wants it to be. Okay, and then all the people in Israel welcomed them with signs, and they were very happy. How much? Okay, should I read one more shorter one? It's up to the.
All in.
It's up.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Never enough.
Never enough.
Okay, this is called the Pout Pout Fish, and it's by Deborah Deason. And the person that made the pictures is Dan Hanna. I'm a pout pout fish with a pout pout face. Wait, can you see it? Okay. You read it. Can they see it?
I can't see it.
You have to go get off then.
All right. I'm a pout pout fish with a pout pout face. So I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a clam with a wide winning grin and a pearl of advice for her pal to take in. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your crosstown frown, don't you think it's time to turn it upside down? Says the fish to his friend. Nice thought, Miss Clam. I hear what you're saying, and it's just the way I am. With a pout-pout fish, with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a jellyfish. He floats through the ocean, his tentacles all trailing in a gentle locomotion. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your daily scaly scowl, I wish you wouldn't greet us with a grimace and a growl. Says the fish to his friend, Mr. Jelly, I agree. I'd like to be more friendly, but it ain't up to me. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a squid, quite a slender, squiggly sight. She is squirmy, she is squelchy, she is slightly impolite. Hey, Mr. Fish, you kaleidoscope of mope, how about a smile, a little joke, a little hope? Says the fish to his friend, Mrs. Squid, I would try, but I haven't any choice. Take a look and you'll see why. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes an octopus with 8 great arms. Look at those arms. Covered on the underside with tiny sucker charms. Hey, Mr. Fish, let me tell it to you straight. You're hulky, bulky, sulky. It's an unattractive trait. Says the fish to his friend, Mr. 8, my chum, with a mouth like mine, I am destined to be glum. I'm a pout-pout fish with a pout-pout face, so I spread the dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Now along comes a fish in a silent silver shimmer. The gang has never seen before this bright and brilliant swimmer. She approaches Mr. Fish, but instead of saying, hey, she plants a kiss upon his pout, and then she swims away. Mr. Fish is most astonished. Mr. Fish is just aghast. He is stone-faced like a statue, then he blinks and speaks at last. My friend, says Mr. Fish, I should have known it all along. I thought that I was pouty, but it turns out I was wrong. I'm a kiss-kiss fish with a kiss-kiss face for spreading cheery cheeries all over the place. The end.
The end. We hope you enjoyed it.
Amazing. 2 fantastic books with
Thank
fantastic.
you. Well, I didn't pick
messages.
the first book, by the way.
Well, we
Excellent.
love Israel, and we love.
Did you?
Love all the squirmy things in the
we love all the
ocean.
squirmy things in the ocean.
And I'm ready to go to sleep now after hearing the stories.
We were
And
that
wish
exciting.
Everyone,
Oh,
a
perfect.
fantastic night.
Listen,
Thank the Merzels for doing this.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna put on my
Rabbi.
big kippah with this too, make it a full ensemble.
Thank
And
you so much.
join us next week.